In this question, we have some graphs, and so before we get stuck in the question, we'll analyze the graphs to see what they're telling us. And our primary tool is always Zerga. And so the origin, we can only assume that right here is the 0. Looks like all the graphs are being treated the same. The y-axis for all of them is acceleration. The x-axis for all of them is t without units. The intercept, so for example, this intercept here is for the y-axis is a0. It's the acceleration at time equals 0. And the x-intercept, there isn't one here, but there is one here, is the time at which a equals 0. So it's when a equals 0. So those are our intercepts. Whoops. Those are the intercepts and the reads. We can acceleration and time. That is the axes. The gradient is dividing the axes. So a divided by t is going to be the jerk. The definition of jerk is the rate of change in acceleration. And a times t for the last graph is going to be delta v. So we got delta v is the area. So its object is dropped from rest. All right, so that tells us that v0 equals 0. Above the Earth's surface, air resistance acts on the object. Okay, so that means that the acceleration in the beginning is 10, and that's going to decrease towards 0. It may never reach terminal velocity, but it was going to decrease from 10. So at time 0, it's going to be 10. What is the acceleration? So this is possible, and this one is not. It says that at time 0, the acceleration is 0. So choice C is out. And choice D has us starting at a value there. Okay? So we know that the acceleration is going to decrease from 10 to 0. Choice A says it remains the same. So we eliminate choice A. It doesn't remain the same. Now both B and D show them decreasing. So choice B shows it decreasing at an increasing rate, and this one shows it decreasing at a decreasing rate. And so when it finally reaches terminal velocity, that is when the acceleration is 0. It's important for us to remember that it's gradual at the end. And so the one that's gradual at the end is choice D. And choice B is where it's steep at the end. The most change happens near the end. And that's why D is the correct answer.